We can really tie ourselves up in a knot trying to make to-do lists, trying to come up with plans. In this video, I'm going to teach you a nice way to make an effective action plan with a little bit of a difference. Everyone has plans, but some people seem to be able to accomplish way more than others. And then there are those people who make it look easy while they are accomplishing more than all of us. So I want to let you know how you can plan better, accomplish more, and it's not going to feel like a huge challenge and tie you up in a knot. Studies show that we are 42% more likely to achieve what we want if we write it down. That's pretty amazing, right? Simply by writing our goal down, we're 42% more likely to achieve it. So if you're in that category already, if you are someone who's written your goal down, amazing, because you're already massively more likely to achieve it. You're already ahead of all of those people who haven't written their goals down. What I want to make sure is that everyone gets ahead, everyone's writing their goals down, and everyone's having that high percent chance of achieving their goals. So what stops us, right? What stops us writing it down? Like, if we know that stat, why would you not write it down? And the thing is, often because we don't know. Suddenly when we have to write it down, we're like, oh, but like, what is my plan? Like, what outcome do I want? What am I going to write down? And then we sort of think, oh, it's okay. Like, I kind of know what I want to achieve. And that's the trap that we fall into, where we think we kind of know what we want and we don't really need to write it down. It's a huge misconception in the mind. Here's what happens when I'm working with a client. They'll say, yeah, like, I'm really clear about what I want. I'm really clear about the outcome. And then when I ask them to tell it to me specifically, they start umming and ahhing, they start going off on a tangent, and it becomes clear very, very quickly that they actually didn't know what their plan was, even though they thought they did. So this is why writing it down is amazing on more than just the level that it makes you 42% more likely to achieve. It also lets you know whether your plan is clear or not, when you even know what your plan is. So here's what you're going to need to do. Grab your notebook, grab your journal, just grab a piece of paper or open up a new document on your laptop. You're going to want to write down what your outcome is and when you want that outcome. You want to be specific on both counts. So for example, you might say, I want to have written a first draft of my memoir by December the 21st, 2022. Or by March the 3rd, 2025, I want to be receiving my Oscar for Best Screenplay. February the 10th, I want to have my new business and I want to have a new client paying me £10,000 for my service. So you want a very specific date. It isn't enough to just say 2025. You need to put the month and you need to put the date. So specific date and a specific outcome. Again, it's not enough to say, I want to be making money from my writing. You want to say, I want to be making money from selling my published fictional book. So really, really specific with that date. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take yourself to that point in time. Now, this is so important because what you're going to do here is you're going to check believability. And this is absolutely key. It's often one of the reasons that stops us from actually writing that goal down in the first place. Because when we start to think about it, when we start to think about accepting our Oscar for Best Screenplay, we think, now that I'm really thinking about it specifically and I'm trying to imagine the date, it just doesn't feel possible. And then again, we walk away from it and we don't write it down, even though statistics show just by simply writing it down, we're 42% more likely. So even if you feel it's impossible, if you write it down, it's going to be 42% more likely. So you're basically shaving off some of that impossibility. So you really want to step into that place of believability. So I'm going to show you how to do that. The mistake that people make is that because their outcome or their goal or their dream doesn't feel possible, they take that as the truth. And they say, oh, I had this dream, but when I thought about it, when I tried to write it down, like it really didn't seem possible. And so I just abandoned it because I felt that was probably true. Not the case, my friend. It simply means that you need to learn how to believe in it. It's a big dream, right? You need to prepare yourself just in the way that you would prepare yourself for the marathon. You need to learn how to believe just in the way that you would train to run those 25 point whatever miles a marathon is. So you need to train that belief in. So you've got your outcome, you've got the date, you're going to imagine yourself on that date. So let's imagine that it's 2025. I'm not sure what the date of the Oscars are. Say the Oscars are on July the 3rd. It's July the 3rd, 2025, and I'm there at the Oscars and I'm about to accept my Oscar for Best Screenplay. So I would see myself right at the moment. I would see myself on stage being like, oh my God, I can't believe it was me. Like I would really see myself in that moment. You want to take yourself right to that moment in time. You know it's happening. You know your plan has come through, you know your dream has happened. And you want to feel that moment in all of its gloriousness. You want to really see it as if it's happening. And then you want to think about the previous moment. So say I'm here and I'm imagining coming up on stage and I'm imagining taking hold of the Oscar and like, oh my God, like this is just so amazing. I just feel so excited. And I'm imagining seeing everyone sitting there and I'm like, whoa, it's a little bit scary, but I'm doing my practice. I'm believing in myself. I would take that and then I would imagine the previous moment. So then I might imagine myself sitting in the audience and I might imagine my name being called. So I'm sitting in the audience, maybe I'm seeing Sandra Bullock opening up the envelope and pulling out my name and reading my name and I'm like, yeah, oh my God, that's me. So that's the previous moment. Then I want you to imagine the day before. So maybe the day before I'm driving up to the hotel that I'm going to be staying in the night of the Oscars. I'm packing my bags. So you see it the day before. And each time you're really visualizing it, you're seeing it taking place. Now you might be thinking, listen, I'm just trying to write an action plan. Like, what's all this visualization the day before and the moment before? Like, this is going to take me some time, right? Like, do you want me to literally think and visualize every single moment until this thing happens in reverse order? Yes. And this is the mistake that people make. They actually don't put the time in to create an action plan. And that's why it's never effective. So you're going to want to work the whole process. See yourself in the moment, and then a moment before, and then a day before that. And as you work back, you're going to start to realize that you can take bigger jumps. So for example, if we go a few days before me going up to the Oscars, maybe the next 2 months are quite similar. I might imagine myself watching the screening of my film that's going to be chosen for the Oscar, and then I might imagine a whole period of time where I'm filming the film, and then I might imagine a whole period of time where I'm casting the film, and then a whole period of time where I'm writing the script. So there will be sections of the plan that are quite similar, but you are going to want to get all of those details in place, and you are going to want to do it in reverse order. If you feel stuck, then you literally go to the moment just before. So you see yourself, in my example, gathering the Oscar, the moment before I'm sitting in the audience. If you're like, wait, I'm not sure what comes before that, then again, just go the moment before. Okay, well, I'm finding my seat then. And then what would be the moment before that? Okay, well, I'd be arriving at the venue. What would be the moment before that? Well, I'd be going from my hotel to the venue. And again, you just work your way back bit by bit by bit until you get to the present moment. If you find there are any bits that are unclear, you really want to stay with that. You really want to flesh out the detail. Again, it's the mistake that people make. They get to a bit where they're like, oh, I just don't know. Okay, I'm just going to kind of miss this bit. And again, that's why the action plan doesn't become an effective action plan, because you've got a big gap in it. And so your brain is like, look, I know I need to get to this place, but I know that halfway through this journey, there's like a whole bit and I don't know what to do. So I'm just not going to bother, because it's not going to be possible to get there. So that's why you've got to fill in all of those incremental steps, and then you get to the present moment. And what you have then is a step-by-step action plan that's shown your brain that there's a linear process to making that dream come true, rather than you thinking that you have to do everything at once. Rather than you thinking that your to-do list tomorrow has to have 100 things on it, you realize actually tomorrow, if I want to have an Oscar in 5 years, tomorrow, all I need to do is open up a Word document and type the title of my screenplay or type the characters in my screenplay. That's all I have to do, rather than getting overwhelmed by the whole bigger picture. So that's why an effective action plan done in reverse is super beneficial, and it really means that it's going to be effective because you're going to be able to see all of those steps. And so your mind is going to be really focused on one step after another, so it becomes manageable. And because you've written it down, you're 42% more likely to achieve it. So really nice practice here, guys. It's really worth taking the time to do this in reverse order. Just to let you know, if you find this one challenging, if you think I really want to do this, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to, come into the Facebook community. I'm live every week, and this is just the sort of thing that I absolutely love guiding people through. So you'll be able to tune in live, ask me questions about your action plan, and make sure that you're going to create that action plan that's going to be super effective. All of these teachings, all of these processes are for you to enable you to be the creative that you desire to be, to enable you to create the life that you dream of and earn the money that you dream of earning. If you like the idea of that, then you are going to love my free masterclass. There's a link in the comments below. You'll be able to download the free class. You will also be able to register for my next live masterclass. You come join me live, come join the community live, and learn exactly how to create and live and earn the way that you want. Really beautiful to share this stuff with you folks. Really nice to spend this time with you. Wishing you such a great week. Wishing you creativity and inspiration. And I will see you on the sofa next Monday. Take care.